Okay. So let us start with the prayers. Pranama mantra. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshatani जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Okay, so today reading from Bhagavad Gita chapter number 18, 12th shloka. So please look at the screen. अनिष्टमिष्टं मिश्रं च त्रिविधं कर्मण फलं भवत्यत्यागिनं प्रेत्य न तो सन्न्यासीनां क्वचित्. Again I'll read. अनिष्टमिष्टं मिश्रं च त्रिविधं कर्मण फलं भवत्यत्यागिनां प्रेत्य न तो सन्न्यासीनां क्वचित्. Reading the translation. For one who is not renounced the threefold fruits of action, desirable, undesirable, and mixed, accrue after death. But those who are in the renounced order of life have no such result to suffer or enjoy. Okay. So in the previous sloka also, Krishna was explaining about how one should give up the attachment basically of the activities. So generally people are, generally we are all result driven. So without that, there is no impetus. There's no going forward about that thought. So now Krishna, in this particular shloka, he is giving a broader perspective about a person who is attached. So in this shloka, if you look at the word atyaginam, Tyagi is a person who has given up. Atyagi means the person who has not, not given up. That means he is attached. And one who is detached, the word here used is sannyasinam. Generally, we think that sannyasi means the one who is wearing, the saffron robe. He has left his, house, everything. He is not part of the society. No, that is the external feature. There's something which internally we have to develop this. So the person who is atyagi will get a result of, that means the person who is attached, who he get the result of, there are three things which is mentioned: anishtam, ishtam, and mishram. So somebody does good karma, he gets good result, that is ishtam. Bad karma, bad result, anishta. And there is mishra. Mishra means mix. Sometimes our actions are combinations of good and bad. Anishtam, ishtam, mishram cha trividham karmana phalam. So the activities and the phalam means fruits or results. So these three kinds of fruits are there. Bhavat atyaginam pretya. Pretya means preta. Now, preta doesn't mean that, ghost or anything like that. In the sense, in this shloka, pretya means after death. Sometimes we get results in this life, and sometimes we have to wait for another body to take up, so that we can enjoy or suffer that particular, the desire which, or undesirable things which there in our, when we were in the previous body. So this is also used earlier. The person who is not renounced will get all these results in due course of time. So in due course of time, all these things are there. Now next, natu sannyasi nam kvachit. But a sannyasi will not get that result. So the last line, it explains that the person who is a sannyasi, that means the thoughts which are detached, he will not get these results. A sannyasi will be freed from these results and will eventually become liberated. So we have to understand the concept what Krishna is telling here, that how a person who is detached to basically, if you see the world, it is completely result driven. So here he's telling to give up that thought of always going for the profit side, or what will be the result. My always thought is, before I start anything, I am thinking about the result rather than the action. I will always think about the result. Oh, if I do this, I'll not get that particular thing. It will not work out. That is how it is working. But here it is telling, he is telling if we go back to the previous verse, okay, he is telling about a person who's trying to give up all work and the person who is acting with detachment. Okay, there's sannyasi and this person who is working as a detachment. Now, one thing we have to understand about is no person or no living entity, no soul can stay without any actions. Okay, either in this body or next body, you have to act. That is the basic condition of life. So without without the activities, there's nothing which will go forward. Now, if you do actions, there is some reaction. Now, how to mitigate this? Because there's a continuous dwindling of this. There's a tangling. There's this one thing happens. There's action and there's some reaction, and again for that reaction, again you're doing some action. Again there's reaction. So action, reaction, action, reaction. This is a chain of things which is happening in everybody's life, and so there are so many things which is coming up, sometimes in a body of a tree, sometimes in a body of a human, sometimes a body of animal, say an aquatic. So things are happening. So we are going on taking birth after birth, birth after birth, birth after the birth. So this is not ending. Because if we see this particular shloka, the explanation, like there's a reference in Bhagavatam also. In Bhagavatam, it says there's a explanation about the different planets and the difference. They also speak about the difference about the different the terrains which are there in this universe. So this particular bhumi which is there, or the tract of land we are living on, or beyond this planet also, the mandala we say in Sanskrit. So it explains about how a person goes upwards or downwards based on his activities on this bhumi or the karma bhumi. So the word which is used is Bharatavarsha. Now don't think Bharatavarsha is only India. Okay. There's a tract of land which is on this the plane of the earthly planets, we can say. So the person who goes upward is obviously the Ishtam referred in the shloka, the one who has done the good karma, and the one who has done Anishtam goes to the downwards planets. And we see here there are people who already enjoy or suffer in this planet also. That is like Lord Kapila explains about this. Okay, so now you may ask one question, okay, that so if somebody goes upwards, isn't he allowed to perform activities there and again get that, because he's associating in the heavenly planets? So isn't it possible that he's able to associate there and continue and enjoy there and stay there itself? No, it doesn't happen. There you're going only to exhaust your whatever the credits you're getting it, either in the heavenly planets or the hellish planets. So you go there, you enjoy, you exhaust everything. You have a lifetime which is given, you have a body which has been given, and come back again to this planet. Okay, so this is what is explained in the fifth canto of Bhagavatam also. So person who is trying to give up all work is practically not possible. The person who's thinking or he's acting without attachment will get liberation. So we are actually all looking, basically, if you ask anybody, they'll not be able to tell. But everybody is suffering, they're trying to seek solution. So this is the comparison which is given. Okay. So both person are seeking liberation here. Okay. So Krishna is telling that so it is better to act without attachment. You acted. So that is what even in 11th chapter and 33rd shloka. So Krishna, after showing the Virat Rupa, he tells that Arjuna, you have been destined to kill all the the Kauravas, and you have to continue the legacy. So basically, you're just an instrument of what the plan I have made. So act accordingly. So similarly, we don't know how in our life he's controlling. So there's a reason for which is happening. So we have to just go in the flow. Okay. So in Krishna, in broad comparison, he's talking about a person who is acting with attachment and a person who is acting without attachment. So if you compare both of them, one leads to bondage and the other leads to liberation. So there's a nice, a quote which Chanakya Pandit says. Okay, so the one who is attached is in misery. Okay, the one who is attached is in misery, and the one who is in detachment is actually liberation. He is the enjoyer. He's free from everything. Because I don't have that thought, okay, I have to okay, I did my duty. Okay, the results I'm giving up to the Supreme Lord. Okay, it may be even office work, or it may be a household work, or it may be anything. So but it doesn't mean that I become lazy. Okay, I sometimes people think that, okay, I have to give up everything, I just have to, there's nothing to worry. But what Krishna is telling here is, you do your duty properly. You do your duty properly. That's what was recommended to Arjuna. You do your duty properly, but you give up the result to me. You surrender that to me. Okay. Whether it is profit or loss, good or bad, you don't worry about that. What happens? You just give it to him. You did your work, that is sufficient. So in Bhagavad Gita also, in the beginning, and even Mahabharata, we see Dhritarashtra, um, that he reveals his attachment to Kuru dynasty. That is where he was, he was going on worried about, and he was planning so many things. If you see, if you read Dhritarashtra's, if you have time, read Dhritarashtra's right from birth and till the end, how he was continuously attached with the thoughts of gaining the kingdom, and always it was kind of a selfish thoughts which he had. Okay, because of his attachment, he became so emotionally uh, and even with his own nephews, they were being robbed, and daughter-in-law was disrobed. Still, even such things happening in the broad daylight, in the broad assembly, these are atrocities which is happening. But still, he would have interfered because he's the senior there. Bhishma is there, he's there. He couldn't stop because of that particular attachment which he had. So that attachment is where the degradation happens, and it is very dangerous. So that is how it is happening. So Arjuna has been urged to fight in Kurukshetra war and attain the flourishing kingdom which is there, by becoming an instrument of the dharma, because Krishna is trying to establish the dharma, or the particular way of living. Okay, so here you have to administer the kingdom, you take care of that. Okay, so similarly, it implies in our life as well. So we have to understand this wisdom, and we have to re-envision. We have something in our head, in the back of the head. We have to re-envision our roles, responsibilities, the resources, how to service that in Krishna. We have to somehow dovetail, because Prabhupada mentions about the activities of a person remains the same. In Krishna consciousness, you do not change your stance. Okay, you do not change your external appearance, you do not change your internal appearance. You have to just attach that particular thing. Okay, so there's something which devotional service. You have to dovetail. You cannot stop thinking, you cannot stop desiring, but dovetail which is there required with Krishna. And also please be mindful that whatever, it doesn't mean that anything I do, I take a gun and shoot 10 people and whatever result I'll hand over to Krishna. No, it's not like that. What he's trying to tell here is, according to the laid principles, we have to work, and we have to consciously think what we are doing, whether it is good or bad. Based on that, whether it is favorable, this is very important, whether this is favorable or not favorable with Krishna. So that is the exclusive statement he gives. We have to be uh, favorable in Krishna consciousness. Those activities are very much required, and this particular the the enthusiasm which goes, the determination we work with. So this dedication will have, this is a constant spiritual practice. So that is how it will lead to Krishna closely. Okay, we may wear a pant shirt, we may, our external appearance can be anything. So a sadhaka is going forward with this particular thing. So he's getting dovetailed, or he's getting attached to Krishna. So formula is detached from the thoughts or the results of what is in this material world, and attachment to the thoughts of what Krishna has told, and acting in that particular way. So that is the formula, simple formula he has given. So this, many people misunderstand, or they do not follow properly. So if we strive and focus on our sadhana, what we are doing, okay, that is how we can come out of this bondage. And basically we are seeking how to end the suffering which is happening. I'm falling sick, there's some loss happening. Sometimes there's happiness which is not staying for a while, so this is flickering. So how to come out of that? So how to come out of this entanglement? Just to expand our service to Krishna. So it can be anything. Service just doesn't mean that you go to the temple and you're doing some seva. No, that is there. That is the 100% absolutely you're doing the service. But being at home as a grahastha, I'm a householder. I have kids, I have to maintain them. So you're working, you're educating someone, you're earning money. So utilize that in Krishna service appropriately. So that is how we can come out of this the bondage which is causing us so much of suffering. Okay. So I end my class here. And so this was the explanation of this particular shloka. Anybody has any comments or questions, or we can hand here? Okay. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Shri Hari Prabhu. Thank you so much.
हरे कृष्णा, दंडवत प्रणाम।